What's up, everyone? Hope you're enjoying the new intro. I think it's pretty cool. It's quick, it's fast, it's easy, it's exciting, it's got good music. Um, I believe this is episode 4, if I'm not mistaken, of season 2. Can't remember anymore. I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to show you my the haul that I got here. Well, let me do a review first, because that would make a lot of sense. But got a chance to read Morbius, the Living Vampire, #1. And after reading 69, Amazing Spider-Man 69, 699.1, with his origin thing, I'm like, the real reason I got it is because it was a #1. Like I said, I figured, what the hell. But it was actually pretty good. I'm taken back by it. It's just a simple little story kind of thing. But it was cool. I liked it. I was like, wow, it's not bad. I'm impressed. You got me. So I will be picking up #2 just to see how it goes. But it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was actually pretty good. Basically, it's Morbius in like a town where the superheroes don't really hang out. Brownsville or some weird thing it's called. And he's homeless. He's trying to hide from everybody and stuff like that. And he tries to help people here and there, and he just keeps getting into trouble. But it wasn't bad. Damage Control #1. They're kind of boring a little bit. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I'm like, it's not that great. The Avengers are like fighting this giant robot, and this guy, it's his first day on the job, and Damage Control, and it's kind of funny. It's like a comedy kind of book in a way, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't crappy, but yeah. #4. This one was really weird. Really weird. The X-Men call them to fix the Danger Room or some weird thing, and these clowns show up and they hit Wolverine with a pie and he flips out, and it's strange. Daredevil #288. This was pretty cool. Bullseye becomes Daredevil just to try to mess with Daredevil's rep, and it's pretty good Elektra Daredevil tale kind of thing, but it was cool. Moving on to my new stuff. I only got a chance to read one book so far of the new stuff, which I'll get into later, but I got Legends of the Dark Knight #4, because he's been pretty interesting lately. That's a cool cover. And because I'm enjoying The Death in the Family, Batman Detective Comics #16, which is another really interesting looking cover. And that will do it for my DC. Superior Spider-Man #1. Before I get into that, actually, I probably should explain something that's kind of odd and funny. I did get all this stuff from Midtown. I had gotten an email this morning stating that they were able to get all the back issues I had ordered. They were saying, they went to their other 2 stores and filled my order, and they're not charging me for shipping, so they're paying my shipping back, which I'm like, alright, no big deal, $5-6, whatever. But I was pissed because I got this, and this is the only one I actually got a chance to read of the new ones. And of course, in the middle of the book, big old fingerprint. Right on the white page, big old black fingerprint. I'm like, really? Midtown! So I sent them an email. Like I said, this is getting just ridiculous. I'm like, I got Superior Spider-Man #1. I appreciate you finding this shipment, the stuff that I ordered. And I was like, but I have a problem with Superior Spider-Man #1. In the middle of the book, there's a big, huge black ink fingerprint. And they're like, oh, well, we're currently out of stock. We can send you a free second printing. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Ugh. I'm about ready to send them an email and be like, take my stuff out of there because I don't really care anymore. I'm not ordering from you anymore. But anyway, this wasn't a bad book. I think another idea I might have, which is it's quite interesting, is I think that Doc Ock, who is now Peter Parker, I think he might find a way to switch him back, like switch rebuild his like a Doc Ock body, an android body, or something like that, and put Peter Parker back in the make him it's confusing, switch brains or whatever the hell it is, because when you read it, it sounds like he's just getting so pissed because he knows he's like, oh, I'm Peter Parker, I'm not Otto Octavius, and everyone that congratulates him, oh, congratulations, Peter, he's like, oh, he's getting so pissed off that he's not getting any recognition, even though he's Peter Parker. I don't know. My theory is I think Doc Ock might actually snap and wind up making himself like a new body, a clone of his old body or something, and switching himself back. Because when you read the end of this thing, you know Peter Parker's coming back. You just know it, and there's going to be some kind of something's going on. But who knows? It wasn't a bad book. I think people are going to like reading this because Otto's such a dick. Like, he's out to dinner with Mary Jane, just staring at her boobs the entire time. I'm like, really? But it wasn't bad. I wanted to hate it. I'm like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But it was cool. He's got some interesting things. Like he's got like these claws that he has that he must have stole from Spider-Man 2099. Has the spider traces in them, so when he scratches you, it injects you with them. That's pretty cool. But it wasn't a bad book. I kind of liked it. Moving on. The first X-Men #5, which is the last apparently in the series. They only made 5. I thought it was going to be like an ongoing series, but it's unlimited. Looking forward to read that because I like the other ones. Fantastic Four #3. Just kind of curious to see how this stuff goes. Cable and X-Force #3. I just want to see what happens to Colossus. This book isn't really all that great, so I don't know. I'll read it, see if it's any good. But yeah, it's kind of going downhill already. Venom 29. He's starting to look like the old Venom, which is cool. Roundabout sort of way. This one's actually can't wait to read this new issue. It's getting interesting. Avengers Arena #3. We'll do it for the new ones. Now on to my huge Spider-Man back haul that I grabbed. Amazing Spider-Man #3. Volume 2 #3, or whatever you want to call it. Amazing Spider-Man #258. Number 279, Amazing Spider-Man. These are going to all be Amazing Spider-Man, so. Amazing Spider-Man 291. Number 383. 384. 385. 389. This is actually a nice replacement book because I had this one originally and it just fell apart. So I'm kind of glad I got this one for a cheap price. Number 392, which is a nice little nod to Amazing Spider-Man #50, except it's reversed. 397. I actually like this cover. I think it's pretty cool. And it's funny because it says in here, the last Spidey Doc Ock saga of all time begins here. But first, the dying Spidey's got to get past Stunner. Interesting. And not last but not least. Amazing Spider-Man #400, which is the regular edition. I'm going to eventually get the other one with the white tombstone. Last but not least, Amazing Spider-Man #428, Doc Ock. That will do it for my back issue haul, which was a nice little thing. And, damn cell phone, everyone's always after me. Yeah, it was funny too because also in the email I forgot to mention that they had this huge thing, like on the bottom, like when I was getting ready to erase it, I'm like, oh, there's more stuff. And it's like, Jesus, everybody's after me. It says, what the hell? We're sorry about, the inconvenience of us not fulfilling your order or something like that. And they found it going, like I said, in the other stores that they have. And it was funny because on the bottom, it said that Amazing Spider-Man is a very hot title right now, and we're having difficulties keeping our back issues in stock. So please keep this in mind when you order future back issues of Amazing Spider-Man from Midtown Comics. It's like, anyway, it's a long enough video. I got my Punisher hat. I'm having a bad hair day, so something different too. So that's my comic haul. I got a nice little chunk into my back issues of Amazing Spider-Man. They were pretty damn cheap, so I was happy. I got them, which is nice. Thank God Midtown actually did their job. But for future stuff, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna really be ordering from them anymore. They're just really, they're just going downhill. It just keeps going further and further into hell. But anyway, good stuff. I got a lot of reading to do. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Comment away if you'd like. I like comments. That's another thing I keep mentioning. I just want to let everyone know again. A lot of times I don't see or it doesn't show up the comments on my stuff, my videos. So if by some chance I don't comment back to your comment, I didn't see it. So you can, if you want, let me know. Be like, hey, I sent you a comment. You know, no big deal. I'll take a look because I don't know what it is. A lot of times it just doesn't pop up on my stuff. And like one of my friends, like, I sent you like 5 comments on that video. You didn't say anything back. He's like, you're a dick. I'm like, I didn't see them. I was like, they weren't there. I was like, they weren't on there. And then I had to go back like twice, and I'm looking and looking, didn't see anything. And then I refreshed the page, and then popped up. I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. Anyway, it's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it.